While it had a rough start at first, Elden Ring Nightreign is still going strong with a massive player count, which is already making me second-guess starting up another Elden Ring playthrough. Although Nightreign has failed to reach the same staggering heights as its story-driven predecessor, it's not too surprising given how much of a departure it is from the traditions of the series. Although multiplayer has been a core part of the Dark Souls franchise, since its very inception with the original Demon Souls, Elden Ring Nightreign evolved the concept to its next natural step. Despite loving my experience in Nightreign so far, From Software's first attempt at a multiplayer-only Souls-like still has its fair share of issues, with balance and a lack of voice chat hindering the experience. Thankfully, a much-needed patch is already on the way to fix many of its most prevalent issues, including a balance fix for solo play and the confirmation of a duo mode in the future. While Elden Ring Nightreign might be a little rough around the edges in its current state, the moment-to-moment gameplay features help it to rival and even surpass Elden Ring in several ways. One of the aspects I was immediately excited about when seeing Elden Ring Nightrein's first trailer was the revamped movement capabilities and climbing mechanics, as the additions make the world of Elden Ring feel like an even more complete sandbox to explore. On top of new climbing mechanics that allow you to traverse practically any structure on the map, the sheer speed at which you can traverse the world takes some getting used to. Given the fast-paced nature of Nightrein's day cycles, the improved movement abilities are a necessity to master if you want to survive and slay any Night Lords. With certain characters like the Raider being able to summon giant tombstones with their ultimate art, on top of characters like the Whitler and Guardian being able to take to the sky with their abilities respectively, verticality has a much greater emphasis in Nightreign than ever before. From use in direct combat with targeting weak points to getting out of danger or accessing out-of-reach areas, the versatility of options provided by Nightrein's movement system allows encounters to play out differently than their Elden Ring counterparts. Even without having access to a trusted steed, the Nightfarers are capable of leaping massive distances through the use of Spirit Springs, giving Elden Ring's very own Torrent a run for his money. Unfortunately, the increased speed and overall pace of Nightreign means there are drastically fewer opportunities to take in the gorgeous sights of its environments, but regardless, it feels more enjoyable to traverse as a whole, even with the reduced depth of exploration and dungeon crawling. One of the biggest barriers to my Elden Ring progression was the sheer number of options available for character progression, being paralyzed by deciding which options to choose when creating a proper build within the game. While there are plenty of guides or recommendations to help players understand these mechanics, it becomes much easier over time and remains a core part of the unique RPG experience that Elden Ring has to offer. The biggest problem with the fantastically complex system is that with how long Elden Ring takes to beat, many players end up taking long breaks in between bursts of playtime, making it easy to forget what skill to level next for your character. Compared to the long-running builds and equipment paths of Elden Ring, Nightrein's fast-paced decision-making is more in line with traditional battle royale systems and is much more accessible for short-term gameplay. Although Nightreign drastically simplifies the decision-making process for your equipment, that doesn't mean the choices are meaningless, as the right item and weapon paths can be the key difference between victory and a crushing defeat. Although the leveling process has been drastically simplified by removing the ability to upgrade individual skills, there are still plenty of nuances and tips to learn for leveling your brave Nightfarers. If you've already beaten Elden Ring several times, there's only so much replayability to be had before each Elden Ring playthrough starts getting somewhat repetitive. Even with branching quest lines, plenty of build opportunities, and secret endings to uncover, there's a massive amount of content to get through each time you want to start another journey to become the next Elden Lord.